that time. I'd like to welcome everybody here today and thank Art and Terry Manville very much for letting me be the guest greeter on today's call. We get to have a very awesome call today that's going to be available on glimpseinvitation.com with our host and presenter, Melody Johnson. Melody has a background in business and is a professional coach. She also brings a wealth of experience and practical training in how to build a large business in this new network economy. Melody is the author of Nuts and Bolts of Network Marketing and travels the country bringing powerful presentations everywhere she goes. So welcome to Melody, and thank you very much for bringing us all a glimpse of our future today.
Thank you so much, Lindsay, and we are very excited to be here this morning. We are just pulling up the screen here to get started, and I want to welcome everyone and each of you to this webinar where we're going to learn more about the revolutionary new product, Glimpse. Thank you for taking the time to be here today, and you're here, of course, because the person who invited you cares enough about you to want to educate you about the ugly side of the personal care industry, and to share with you the inside story of Glimpse Intuitive Skincare, a very common-sense approach for delivering whole food nutrition for your skin. Our time together today is going to be mostly about education, and I want to share with you a little bit about what I've learned as I started my own personal journey to discovery, the discovery around the personal care and cosmetic industry. As I started to delve into the information that is out there, I was so shocked about what I was finding that at moments, I will tell you, I was actually close to tears at the thought of not only what I'd put on my skin, but even worse, what I'd put on my baby's skin. I thought I was treating them with love and care, but unfortunately that is not the story I know today. And our hope today is that you will leave here having learned the truth with your eyes wide open and feeling informed. And most of all, we hope that you will tell everyone you know. Once we're done here today, once you've learned some of the facts and the information we're going to share, we hope you're going to go out and tell your mothers, your sisters, your brothers, your fathers. We hope you're going to tell everybody you know about what you've learned. And last but not least, that you'll begin to demand and adopt a very healthy, green style and attitude towards your own personal care, and that we will start to ask the personal care product manufacturers in North America that they give us better and healthier products. One of the main issues that we face in the personal care industry is that it is self-regulating. And when we talk about that, what that means is that the industry does not really have to answer to anybody. On the screen here, you're seeing a picture of the front of a book called Not Just a Pretty Face, The Ugly Side of the Beauty Industry by Stacy Malkin. Stacy is a communications director of Healthcare Without Harm and a media strategist and co-founder of the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics, a national coalition working to eliminate hazardous chemicals from personal care products. Stacy is a former journalist and newspaper publisher who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area. Stacy wrote this book, and it's just, I can't encourage you enough to get this book and read it and study it. It's just a wealth of information. I want to read for you just one page out of the book. This is Jane Houlihan talking at this point. Jane is a VP for research at the Environmental Working Group in Washington, D.C. that focuses on human health and environmental exposures. The first thing in this page is titled Message in a Bottle. The first thing that Jane Houlihan noticed was that some brands were using ingredients in ways the industry's own safety panel said were unsafe, or were using ingredients for which they didn't have enough data to know if the uses were safe. That, to me, was the biggest irony, that this industry that is purportedly self-regulating, that pushed 30 years ago to have their own safety panel outside of the FDA, was not even following the advice of that panel when it comes to product safety, Jane said. For example, Destin Diaper Rash Ointment, Creamy Fresh Scent, contained sodium borate, an ingredient that should not be used on infant skin or injured skin. Clear Action Acne Treatment System contained Ceteris 20, an ingredient that should not be used on damaged skin. Pond's Clear Solutions Overnight Blemish Reducers contained butyl methylacrylate, which should be accompanied with directions to avoid skin contact. Besides such renegade products, it was fascinating to see where the toxicities aligned, Jane said. Personal care products contain carcinogens, pesticides, reproductive toxins, endocrine disruptors, plasticizers, degreasers, and surfactants. The chemical industry in a bottle, she called it. Skin Deep's findings in 2005 included 1/3 of personal care products contain at least one ingredient linked to cancer. 45% of products contain an ingredient that may be harmful to the reproductive system or to a baby's development. 60% of products contain chemicals that can act like estrogen or disrupt hormones in the body. 56% of products contain penetration enhancer chemicals, which help other chemicals penetrate faster and deeper into the body. 87% of ingredients in personal care products have not, let me say that again, have not been assessed for safety by the Cosmetic Ingredient Review, the industry's self-policing safety panel. So you can see that there is great concern that the cosmetic industry is self-regulating. Now, here's just some skin facts that you need to know so that what we're talking about here is going to make more sense to you, and I hope alarm you just a little bit more. Our skin is our biggest organ. In the average adult, this is a little bit of science for you, and I'm not a scientist, but I just wanted to share this little fact. The average adult skin covers about 3,000 square inches and weighs around 6 pounds, which is nearly twice the weight of the human brain or liver. So it's truly our largest organ. It helps to regulate our body temperature, which is very important for survival. It's our most important immune defense barrier against letting things from outside in. And it's our largest organ for eliminating waste. And because of its ability to rid the body of unwanted substances, the skin is actually often referred to as the third kidney. Toxins that are not removed via the kidneys, the bowel, or the lungs may find their way out through the skin, and blocking the skin could chase the waste right back into your system, so not a very healthy thing for us to be having. You are truly what you absorb. When we ingest, when we eat or drink something, our bodies are designed in such a way that they actually disarm the chemicals. They prevent them from interfering with our hormone levels and our cells. But when it's absorbed through the skin, it's far more active. What we slather on our skin is absorbed directly into the bloodstream, right to our organs and into our cells. It takes about 8 to 10 minutes for what you put on your skin to go right through to your body. And of course, when we put it on, it goes right into the blood, right into our organs, and right to the cellular level. So because of this self-regulation for the cosmetic industry, every day we use products that we think are safe, but in truth, they're not always safe, and manufacturers don't have to tell us if they are or are not. So I hope you all have brought your pens and notepads with you, and we're going to do just a little tiny test here to give you an idea of some of the magnitude of what we're talking about and the chemicals that we're talking about. Really quick, write down on your paper, how many personal care products do you use every day? Don't think about it, don't count. Just write down how many do you think you use every day. Now, I'm going to read you a list, and I'm going to actually ask you to put a little tick on your paper for everything that I read. If you use it, tick it, and we're going to count these up at the end. So in your daily routine, tick if you have used one of these: toothpaste, mouthwash, soap, facial cleanser, shaving or gel cream, body washes, exfoliating wash, shampoo, conditioner, body lotion or body cream, face toner, face lotion, foundation, blush or bronzer, eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara, lip liner, lipstick or lip gloss, setting powder, cologne, perfume, or body spray, hairstyling products, aftershave. And for hairstyling products, if you use more than one, then put as many ticks as you use in a day. Aftershave, deodorant, makeup remover, firming creams, wrinkle reduction creams, eye creams, saline rinse or contact solution, sunscreen, hand sanitizer, and if you can think of anything else, put little ticks for those as well. Now, maybe you also add these into your mix once a week or so. So tick if you do. Nail polish remover, face masks, foot cream, bubble bath, and bath soaks. And occasionally you might add into this mix as well hair dyes, hair relaxers, deep conditioning creams, waxing or bleaching creams, manicure and pedicure treatments, bug repellent, sunless tanning, after-sun products, skin bleaching creams, acne treatments, rosacea or sensitive skin creams, pain or wound treatment creams or gels, lubricants or spermicides, and tooth whitening products. Now add up all your check marks and compare them to your original guess. Now, I have had, as I have done this around the country, and people think they're using maybe 6, 8, 10 products a day. Sometimes I've had people who are at 18 and 20, and I've had as high as somebody on a given day using up to 45 products. Now, most of us use a million more products than we realize. On average, most women, American women, use 12 personal care products a day, and men on average use 6 products daily. The average person, the average woman who's using those 12 personal care products containing 168 to 200 chemicals a day. And research shows that 60% of those chemicals are absorbed into the bloodstream. So very scary. In 2004, the American Red Cross Association did some research, and they did this on newborn umbilical blood cords. And the study detected a total of 287 chemicals in the babies, including 180 chemicals that cause cancer in humans or animals, 217 that are toxic to the brain and nervous system, and 208 that cause birth defects or abnormal development in animal studies. So while the industry says that the amounts that are used of these chemicals are minute and therefore considered to be safe, the health effects are cumulative, and they are building up in our babies, in us as human beings, whatever age we are, whatever size. So it's a very scary thing out there because we are expecting that what we're getting in a bottle is safe. We are assuming that we are being protected. In actual fact, it's not happening. There's no regulation in the industry. So that's the ugly side of the industry. What are you putting on your skin? What's in your makeup bag or bathroom counters and drawers? What are you putting on your children's skin? What are your teens using? This is having huge impact on the hormonal levels and issues for teens. And how about our men? What do our men do? They get their faces all hot and put that hot water on there and soak it so that they open up the pores, and then they put on that shaving cream, that poison onto their skin. So let's take a look at some of the things that we're putting on the skin. We asked you all to bring a product, one of your skincare products or personal care products with you. If you've got it, then, take a look as we're going to go through what we call the dirty dozen in this industry. And, this isn't certainly all of the chemicals, because remember we said that 168 to 200 is what you're putting on your skin every day. This is just sort of some of the dirty dozen that you're going to find in most of your products. Now, you're going to have to forgive me because I can't always pronounce all of these things. So remember, as you're going through, if you can't pronounce something, you better check it out. It might not be good for you. So here's the first one, DMDM and urea, or imidazolidinol, or something like that. That's one of those unpronounceables. But let's hear about what this does and what it's doing in your products. This is 2 of many preservatives that often release formaldehyde. That's why you're seeing a brain in formaldehyde on your screen. Formaldehyde, which can cause joint pain, skin reactions, allergies, depression, headaches, chest pains, ear infections, chronic fatigue, dizziness, and loss of sleep. Now, don't worry about getting all these notes. I'm going to give you the information later about where you can find this all out. Exposure to these preservatives also irritates the respiratory system, triggers heart palpitations or asthma, and aggravates coughs and colds. Other side effects include weakening the immune system and cancer. Next is lutein or propane, found in aerosol products and may be narcotic and cause asphyxiation. Next, we have polyethylene glycol, or PEG. You'll most often see it on your products as PEG. It's carcinogenic petroleum ingredient that reduces the skin's natural moisture. It increases the appearance of aging and leaves you vulnerable to bacteria. Used in spray-on oven cleaners and cleaners to dissolve oil and grease. And then we have sodium hydroxide, the most recent addition to our personal care products. This is a poison, also known as caustic lye, found in drain cleaners, yet is now found in our children and adult toothpaste. The next of the Dirty Dozen is FD&C color pigments. This is synthetic colors from coal tar that deposits toxins onto the skin, causing skin irritation. Absorption of certain colors can cause depletion of oxygen in the body and death. And animal studies have shown almost all of them to be carcinogenic. Now that's synthetic colors. Fragrances. Fragrances can contain up to 4,000 ingredients, including animal urine, and many which are toxic or carcinogenic. It causes headaches, dizziness, allergic rashes, skin discoloration, violent coughing, vomiting, and skin irritation. Fragrances affect the nervous system, causing depression, hyperactivity, irritability, inability to cope, and other behavioral changes. So fragrances are an important thing to not be putting on your skin, and many people will put them on their clothing, but remember that there are actually people that now have become so hypersensitive to fragrances that even you having it on your clothes will affect them because they're still smelling it and can make them feel very, very ill. Next is propylene glycol, known as PG on your products usually, and butylene glycol. These are found in antifreeze. They act as a surfactant, wetting agent, and solvent. It penetrates the skin and weakens protein and cellular structure. It is strong enough to remove barnacles from boats. So you might want to, not throw out your skincare. Give it to somebody you know that owns a boat. They can use it for cleaning the bottom of your boat. The EPA considers PG so toxic that workers are required to wear protective clothing and to dispose of PG by burying it in the ground. PG penetrates the skin so quickly that the EPA warns against contact to prevent brain, liver, and kidney abnormalities. But there isn't even a warning label on products such as stick deodorants where the concentration is greater than in most industrial applications. Triclosan is the next of our Dirty Dozen. It's a synthetic antibacterial with a chemical structure similar to Agent Orange. That's right, I said Agent Orange, and you're seeing planes dropping Agent Orange. The EPA registered it as a pesticide, giving it high scores as a risk to human health and the environment. It is in a class of chemicals suspected of causing cancer in humans. It may produce dioxin, a hormone-disrupting chemical with toxic effects measured in the parts per trillion. That would be only one drop in 300 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Hormone disruptors pose enormous long-term chronic health risks. It can change genetic material, decrease fertility and sexual function, and foster birth defects. Internally, it can lead to cold sweats, circulatory collapse, and convulsions. It's stored in body fat and can accumulate to toxic levels, damaging the liver, kidneys, and lungs, and can cause paralysis, brain hemorrhages, and heart problems. Tufts University School of Medicine says triclosan can force the emergence of superbugs that it cannot kill. Its widespread use in antibacterial cleansers, toothpaste, and household products may well have nightmarish implications on future generations. Next, we have alcohol, or isopropyl SD40. This is a drying, irritating solvent that strips skin's moisture and immune barrier, making you vulnerable to bacteria and viruses. Remember, we said our skin was one of our biggest immune barriers, and now we're using things that are actually making it more vulnerable. It's made from a petroleum derivative found in shellac and antifreeze, as well as personal care products. It promotes brown spots and premature aging. A Consumer's Dictionary of Cosmetic Ingredients says it may cause headache, flushing, dizziness, mental depression, nausea, vomiting, and coma. Its fatal ingested dose is 1 ounce or less. Next is mineral oil, a petroleum byproduct that coats the skin like plastic wrap, clogging the pores. It interferes with the skin's ability to eliminate toxins, promoting acne and other disorders. It slows down skin function and cell development, resulting in premature aging. Baby oil is 100% mineral oil. Next we have DEA, MEA, and TEA. These are hormone-disrupting chemicals that can form cancer-causing nitrates. They are restricted in Europe due to carcinogenic effects, yet they are still used very widely in the U.S. Americans may be exposed 10 to 20 times per day with shampoos, shaving creams, and bubble baths. Dr. Samuel Epstein, a professor of environmental health at the University of Illinois, says that the repeated applications of DEA-based detergents result in major increase in liver and kidney cancer. The PDA's John Bailey says the risk is significantly increased for children. And last but not least, we have sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS, and sodium lauryl sulfate, SLES. These are detergents that pose serious health threats, used in garage floor cleaners and engine degreasers, and also found in 90% of personal care products that foam. Animals exposed to SLS experience eye damage, depression, labored breathing, diarrhea, severe skin irritation, and even death. Young eyes may not develop properly if exposed to SLS. It may damage the skin's immune system, can be transformed into nitrosamines, a potent class of carcinogens, and your body may retain the SLS for up to 5 days and maintain residual levels in the heart, liver, lungs, and brain. So that's the Dirty Dozen. I hope you're feeling a little bit sobered about what actually is in our products. So check your product labels. Look for all of those things. You may not find all of them. You may find others that you want to look up. This is and I'm going to give you this website again at the end of our call today, but this is a database that you can actually go and look up your products and find out what's in them and what they do. And I'm just going to change screens here real quick, and I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were to look up one of your products. I just chose an Estee Lauder age-controlling cream. My Estee Lauder is a fairly popular product, and so I looked it up. Now, what this website does when you go in and check it out is it scores your products on a scale of 0 to 10 for hazard, and 7, which is what this product is, as you can see from the screen, 7 is a high hazard. It says ingredients in this product are linked to cancer, developmental reproductive toxicity, violations, restrictions, and warnings, allergies, immunotoxicity, other concerns for ingredients used in this product, and it talks about neurotoxicity, endocrine disruption, persistence, and bioaccumulation, organ system toxicity, in this case non-productive, multiple addictive exposure sources, irritation to the skin, eyes, or lungs, enhanced skin absorption, contamination concerns, occupational hazards, biochemical or cellular level changes. These are all pretty important things. Dr. Posang, I just recently was able to attend an event that she spoke at, and she said there is only one disease. Even though we have a list, pages and pages long of all the diseases out there, she says there's only one disease, and that's cellular dysfunction. If your cells are healthy, your body will be healthy. And here we are talking about biochemical or cellular level changes. Now, if you read on, and I don't know how well you can see this on your screen, but this manufacturer is not a compact for safe cosmetics signer. Skin Deep has gone and asked all of the actually all the manufacturers in the world, but certainly have approached all the big names, the main ones that we know, mainstream manufacturers of cosmetics and personal care products, to sign a compact for safe cosmetics. I don't believe any of them have signed it. Estee Lauder certainly has not, and it also says it does not conduct animal testing. As you go through this and you start looking at your products, I just want to scroll down for a minute just to give you a little bit of information. When you're going through, check each item that is on, that it lists here. And if you don't find your particular product listed at this website, then you can just type in the ingredients. Now, most times the ingredients are on the boxes. You don't find them on the bottles, but you'll have some that are on the bottles, and you'll have many, if you're like me, that have hit the garbage can when you're done. So that's that's just one product that I've looked up here. This is the campaign for safe cosmetics that I just talked about, where you signed, and this is they're giving Estee Lauder a bit of a hard time here, because I don't know if you've noticed, but all over the place you'll find Estee Lauder and other cosmetic companies who are jumping on board and talking about breast cancer awareness and all sorts of other cancer support that they're putting in place. And in actual fact, the ingredients in their products are part of what's causing the cancers. And so they're just basically saying, write a letter to Estee Lauder, and you're going to be able to do all of those things with the information I'm going to give you at the end of our little session here. So let's go on. We've heard all the ugly stuff. Let's talk about a solution that we want to tell you about today. Because why apply a toxic skin product when you can experience glimpse? Organic skincare is one of the fastest growing areas of the beauty industry. And what better company to bring glimpse to the market than Zango, since they have already proven themselves and have a track record like no other company. Zango is in a unique position right now to bring the world glimpse. Zango's DNA is all about discovery. Zango exists because of Joe's story. Living in Malaysia, Joe Morton experienced the amazing superfruit mangosteen. Powered by his belief and dream, he had a glimpse of the future. A glimpse where a fruit would create a category, move an industry, and change lives around the world. Joe's story, his glimpse, led to the realization of a dream for Zango, for you, for me, and for millions worldwide. To understand the history behind Zango, I need to first tell you a little bit about the mangosteen fruit. The superfruit mangosteen is the building block or foundation of this company. It's grown in Southeast Asia in countries like Thailand and Indonesia and Malaysia, and has been used for thousands of years in healing in those countries, in ancient healing. It's been used for things like wound healing, dysentery, fever control, skin problems, and it's been used as an antibacterial, antiviral, all sorts of antifungal, all sorts of issues that have come up in those countries over the ages. Most importantly, it has been discovered that it is nature's most potent anti-inflammatory, and of course has been very, very effective on skin conditions, just to name a few things of what's going on with this little fruit. Mangosteen holds many secrets, and you may ask, how can a fruit do all of that? And the answer, of course, is that it's backed by science. The mangosteen has a powerful phytonutrient in it called a xanthone. And in nature, and there's only 200 xanthones, or just over 200 that are known today, but in this fruit alone, there are over 40 xanthones in its rind or pericarp. And one of the biggest important things for you to know about this, and you can go and look this fruit up when we're done, but the important thing to know about this fruit is there's very much science, very much research and studying behind it. In fact, you can go to a website called PubMed.gov. That's PUBMED for Published Medical Papers, PubMed.gov, and type in xanthone, spelled XANTHONES, and you can also type in mangosteen, MANGOSTEEN, and learn about the science behind this fruit. The trend across the world is wellness, And Zango, the world category creator of the whole fruit mangosteen juice, now brings its power of health and wellness to skincare with Glimpse Intuitive Skincare. Once again, Zango, with its Zango juice, was first to market, delivering the power of the mangosteen to a cellular level of our body. And then they've also got 365, the vitamins, again based with the mangosteen in it, and many other good nutrients. I'll let you look about that and find out more about that later. But let's talk about the Glimpse Intuitive Skincare, delivering the mangosteen to our cellular level of our skin, or for the skin and through the skin. Glimpse features a phytonutrient-rich xanthone formulation developed by Zango through scientific exploration and advanced skin nutrition technology, and is designed to intelligently nourish and repair your skin with a unique and natural approach that will lead the industry of wellness for years to come. It's intuitive skincare that knows what your skin needs and remembers the way your skin used to be. We are so excited to announce Zango's new product. We are already enjoying the amazing Zango juice and the vitamins, Zango 365, and now we have this intuitive skincare line for men and women. Glimpse works topically on the outside of your skin, which will work synergistically with the Zango juice and 365, and now you'll have both internal and external health for all of us, young and old, with all kinds of skin conditions and all sorts of other things going on with our body. So Zango has recruited some of the most prized skincare experts to work for you. This is the pictures of their personal care team. This team's collective expertise and years of experience led to the creation of our superior xanthone-rich formula. And we have gone to all sorts of different technologies and so on, but what has happened is that Beverly Hollister, who's at the helm of bringing Zango's third brand to market, Glimpse, the topical skin nutrition, Beverly has gone around the world to collect the best and the brightest and has brought to us a new technology out of Japan. According to the Zango chairman, Gary Hollister, this is the most significant breakthrough advancement in skincare in at least 20 years. If you take a look at his credentials, he is the man who put Merle Norman Cosmetics on the map. He took them from a $50 million company to a $260 million company in just 5 years, not to mention that he was the mastermind that brought Michael Jordan colognes to market. Today, we have these superminds behind the Glimpse new skincare. It's exclusively ours. It's infused with the secret of xanthones, featuring Bioactive X3, our new scientific discovery with 3 patent-pending processes. And just like our juice, it's first to market. Its powerful life force brings vital activity and energy to your skin, delivering xanthones to the cellular level, stimulating collagen to maximize your skin health. Bioactive X3 is cultivated in Japan through an innovative biofermentation process of the mangosteen pericarp peel. This amplifies its purity, potency, and energy far beyond traditional scientific processes, multiplying the xanthone efficacy. Men and women alike will discover the superior benefits of skin care infused with our bioactive xanthones. The science rivals any available in the world. What we have is a unique combination of a product that is performance-driven and yet incredibly green and clean, and it is exclusively yours through Glimpse, the intuitive skincare. Beauty from within. Glimpse has been meticulously formulated to encompass pure botanical ingredients. To realize its full strength, 100% of the water in Glimpse is mangosteen concentrated water infused with pure mangosteen pericarp peel during the first step of the formulation process. We use a gentle cold biofermentation process, which very few companies make that level of investment in their product. And by keeping the cold process, nothing, of course, gets damaged. This process allows a gentle transfer of all the nutrients in the fruit. The result is a partnering between potent and powerful green, pure, whole nutrients and an experience that is luxurious and of the highest quality. Glimpse Intuitive Skincare with our scientific blend of exclusive xanthone complexes from our mangosteen Bioactive X3 helps to naturally renew, repair, and resist skin damage. The Bioactive X3 complex supercharges the cells and then gives them gas. The pericarp oil is an incredible technology because it solves one of the major troubles in skincare, and that is getting nutrients to the cells. The pericarp oil is a breakthrough delivery system by which these nutrients reach the cells. Most skincare is an artificial effect on the surface of the skin. It just sits there, and it makes it kind of pretend that it looks good. Glimpse is driven from within as it renews and awakens the cells and causes the skin cells, to behave like they're young again. Well, we have with us on the line today a couple of people who I've asked to come and share their Glimpse story with us and to tell us whether or not the product works. Art and Terry, are you with us?
Hi, Melody.
Yes.
Great. I just want to say Art and Terry Manville from Washington State. You look like you're having a lot of fun on this picture. Tell us your Glimpse story.
Well, Melanie, this is Terry. I'm going to go first. You know, I have very dry, very sensitive skin. And I was so surprised when I first put it on because over the last 40 years, trying to find a skincare that my skin would actually not break out and not itch, I would just get this terrible rash. And so when I put Glimpse on, I could literally feel it going to my cells because my skin was so dry. It was like a sponge soaking it up. And so over the time that I've been using it, I've just been so thrilled. You know, I can feel it actually going deeper. And the longer you're on it, the more experiences you get. And each one of the products, and I use all of them, all 6 of them, but each one of the products, I can tell that it's doing something totally different. So all 6 products really go together beautifully. But, you know, I love, of course, the serum. And most women do use serums to tighten their skin. And with me being over the 50 years old, the serum is very important. And I do notice that it's starting to tighten those little lines and what have you. So I've just been thrilled with it. One other experience that I've had is because my skin is so sensitive, I actually got a nettle sting. And usually it takes about 3 days to get that sting out of my hand or wherever I rubbed it or my arm. And I put on the gel cleanser. And do you know, within seconds, that sting was gone. And so I applied it 3 times. I applied it that night because I didn't want to have to wake up in the middle of the night having this stinging feeling in my finger. And the next morning I applied it just one last time, and of course that was the end of it. So I've just been thrilled with all the products. Beverly has, of course, done an amazing job.
And Terry, how long did you say you've been using it?
I've been using it just over 3 months.
All right. And are people commenting when they see you?
Yes. You actually have this glimpse glow, we call it. And you just look radiant. You know, you look like you've really got a glow on your face, that your face is actually looking healthier.
Oh, well, thank you, Terry. Now, Art, have you got the Glimpse glow happening?
Oh, gosh, you know, I just love this product, and I think I was more surprised. I think Terry's been surprised how much I love Glimpse.
I think so.
You know, but I use all 4 products. In fact, I use the gel cleanser for everything, basically shaving. I use it for shampoo. I use it in the shower. I mean, I just, you know, actually the stuff, when you put it on, I mean, you just feel, it feels like it's alive. I mean, you can feel things happening right from the first application, you know, and with the toner and the cleanser, it kind of lays the foundation, but I've been just ecstatic. The gel cleanser is my secret weapon. In fact, I'm the one that told Terry to use it for her nettle sting. That just applying it and leaving it on for difficult skin conditions, I got rid of an incredible rash, itchy problem that I had for months, and this is the only thing, and it keeps it totally under control now. So we're just ecstatic about it. We feel very blessed that we got some of the samples in advance, and just love every part of it, Melody.
Well, thank you so much, and you guys are looking great. Now, next, we're going to go up to BC, Canada, to Krista Gustafson. Krista, are you with us on the line?
Yes, I am, Melody.
Well, tell us your Glimpse story.
Well, I was just so excited to get my hands on a tiny, tiny little bit. In fact, I'm almost out, but I was completely amazed at the changes in my skin that I saw, and so quickly on, you know, by the 4th day, the texture was starting to change, becoming much smoother and tighter, And to tell you the truth, I don't think my whole complexion has looked this clear in many, many years, because I used to break out usually once a month. And, you know, especially in stressful situations, I would break out, and this has just been great for my skin. I have had no breakouts. It's completely clear, and I just love both the cleansers. I love the gel and the cream.
So how do you decide which one you're going to use?
I kind of alternate, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you using them in the shower? I guess you just haven't had enough yet to use that way.
Actually, I do use it in the shower, because I do my face in the shower.
Okay.
And actually, the gel cleanser, I tried it on my 6-year-old daughter. She had developed some eczema in her elbows.
Uh-huh.
And overnight, I noticed a huge difference.
Wow, that's exciting.
It was amazing, yeah.
Well, thank you, Krista, and you're looking pretty good. So imagine what's going to happen after you've been using this for 3 months.
Oh, yes. The long term is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and I know what you mean about that. I say my skin is almost transparent. I don't think it's ever been as clean, squeaky clean looking as it does now, and certainly I have started to develop that glow after a couple of weeks. Thanks so much, Krista, for being on the call with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I'm going to just show you a couple of other pictures because, you know, the question always is, does this product work? This is a picture of a very bad sunburn on a back and treated with Glimpse after 1 day, 1 application. You can see the difference. I'm thinking that person probably got to sleep a little easier that night. And, of course, this are the pictures of Grace Dick, and we get to hear a lot about Grace's story. It's just phenomenal. If you look here, this is from week 1 through week 4. The first 2 pictures, the bottom ones are a little bit brighter, but you can see that Grace has had some sun damage and also has hyperpigmentation on the sides of her face and neck. And in fact, Grace tells us she was looking into going to get expensive laser treatment somewhere around, you know, $200 to $300 a week, and I'm not sure how many she would have had to have. But as we go through the second row of pictures here, up and down are her 2 weeks later pictures, and you can already see the huge difference between what's on her skin as far as the hyperpigmentation and color goes. And then at week 4, again, just another whole lightening of those patches. Well, I just saw Grace 2 evenings ago, and so it's probably about week 5 or 6, I'm thinking, and my gosh, it is unbelievable. She just looks like a different person in terms of her skin coloring and the tightness of her skin. You can actually see that happening. If you look here on these pictures where you see her skin texture, you can actually see it tightening up. So the product is working, and we have one more set of pictures that we'd like to show you. This is a young 7-year-old boy with eczema, and you can see that he looked like he was in a lot of discomfort, and you know, you can tell he's probably been doing some serious scratching. And the difference on his arms, on the inside of his arms here, just at week 3, and on the backs of his knees, incredible. And of course, no steroid creams, nothing was used. No ooze, no itching, no burning anymore. His skin is clearing up. So what an incredible gift to somebody that suffers with skin issues. And, you know, we've had acne stories, rosacea already. You know, you name it. I guess we're going to learn as we go what it's going to do for everyone's skin, and you're going to know after you've given it a try. So this is our Glimpse. There's no added fluff. There's no fillers or fragrance to make it have an artificial effect on the surface and just feel nice. Every ingredient in Glimpse is at active levels and is put into Glimpse for healthy skin benefits. So every ingredient has a benefit. It's easy to make a green product with no chemicals. The challenge is making something that actually is effective and is doing something and has some benefit. You know, we are what we eat, what we drink, breathe, and absorb. People are beginning to realize the dangerous effects of toxins and allergens that are hiding everywhere, as you've learned today. Glimpse is an important, common-sense approach to deliver whole food nutrition for your skin. It's giving back to your skin. It's like going to a spa for a day with nutrients that restore, rebuild, and reawaken. Healthy aging is no longer just a hope or dream. In fact, I think we've got more hope than ever. If Terry's telling us what's going on with her skin, And I know what's going on with mine and with Grace's. My gosh, it's no longer just a hope or dream. Healthy, energized skin begins with a daily regime designed specifically for your individual complexion needs. Our Glimpse brand will provide 2 skincare systems. And System 1 will be for normal to dry skin, which provides a creamy cleanser, and then the normal to combination will have the gel cleanser. Then there will be a topical xanthone spray. This will be the toner, followed by the third part of the system, a nutritious xanthone serum. We call that our gold, and we've heard lots of stories already about what the serum is doing. And then last but not least will be the moisturizing cream and the moisturizing lotion, depending on the system. All feature the powerful bioactive X3 complex. Both systems work synergistically with Zango Juice and 365, delivering internal and external wellness. Remember, it's all about the cells, and these are both being delivered to your cellular level. We've created a new category of topical supplementation that is matched only by our industry-changing internal supplementation. So what is your next step? Your next step is to get back with the person who invited you to this seminar, to review any questions you might have about any of the products or the business project we're all working on, or to find out how to order Zango the Juice, 365 Vitamins, or a Glimpse for yourself. And don't forget, gift giving. These are perfect gifts for every sister, mother, grandmother, granddaughter, brother, son, father, you name it. These are going to make fantastic gifts for anybody that you're talking to. Because once you know and understand about what's in our personal care products, friends don't let friends and people they love use those products and not, worry about what they're putting on their skin. Or you can get back with the person who invited you today and book a Glimpse skin nutrition class in your home or even at your office over lunch or after hours. You can have a little Glimpse party anywhere you want. Most of all, we want you to do your own research. Here are the websites that I told you I would give you. When you get to safecosmetics.org, there will be many more websites that you will be able to go off to and learn more about. Where you can go to Not Just a Pretty Face. There are all sorts of news clips where you can actually watch Stacey Malkin do some news interviews and other interviews that are done with other TV stations and other people as well. Cosmetic Database is where you're going to go and check out your products. And at the bottom, you have the front covers of 4 great books that are just jam-packed, full of information so you can get yourself informed and learn more about the ugly side of the beauty industry and the personal care industry. And most of all, please tell everyone you know about what you learned here today. Share this with everyone in your life. Don't let anybody continue to use things and not tell them what you've learned. And especially don't let the men in your life keep using those toxic shaving creams and aftershave colognes, because you heard how much Art loves Glimpse. And the fastest growing segment actually in the beauty industry, believe it or not, is men. 61% of men today use some kind of skincare products. And so they need to be informed because they're just starting to learn about skincare and putting creams on their face and so on. So be sure to tell everyone you know about what you learned. You're going to be able to send this link to your friends and pass it on to them so they can actually watch this whole presentation and learn about the Dirty Dozen and all the other kinds of things that are in our products today. So I want to thank you all very much for being here today, and thank you for sharing with us in the movement of informing the world about green and clean and asking for something better for ourselves and our children and our futures. Make it a great day.